Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Once we've started, hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar. I'm coming to you from a very windy Port Elizabeth today in the Eastern Cape, or otherwise known as Gqeberha. Hello everyone. So let's see what we've got. We've got a couple people, couple attendees here today. Hello Solly, hello Adeline. Bloemfontein also windy. I believe the whole country is going to be getting a bit of a shock in terms of weather over the weekend. So I hope you're all prepared for a nice cold front. Just while we're waiting, and I am trying to kill time, just to let you know, I'd really like to make this a engaging webinar. The way that we usually do webinars at InfoDocs is we simply do a demo to show you exactly what it is that we're talking about, how it works. But what I really love is when there is some engagement from the audience, questions as I go, things you'd like me to highlight, things you'd like me to clarify. I will be keeping an eye on the chat as I go. So please feel free to put forward your questions as we go through the demo, as we go through the webinar. And I will do my best to answer as many of your questions as I can. And any that I am unable to, I will be sure to make a note of, and we can touch base after the webinar. Okay, cool. That said, I would love to get an idea of who we have joining us today, both your firm name and perhaps your role. This particular theme, how to delegate company secretarial work, is obviously speaking to the accounting practice and how an accounting practice can scale their secretarial services by delegating work to different team members, collaborating online, and using all of the standard benefits of a cloud-based solution, a platform like InfoDocs, like many of your other cloud-based solutions that are out there and that accountants are getting lots of value out of. So I'd love to know if we are being joined by perhaps directors or company secretaries, whether you are the one actually doing the company secretarial work or you're the one looking to delegate it. To give you a nice little case study, most of our InfoDocs customers are sole practitioners who are starting to grow their firm. Everyone from sole practitioners to the partner accounting firms to the franchise firms that are starting to standardize InfoDocs across their branches. But in that mix, there's obviously a lot of different types of delegation, a lot of different dynamics between the directors, between the partners, and between the company secretaries who, in our mind, are the heroes doing all the work. So I'd love to know what roles you play, where you're joining from, and what firms you represent today. So pop those in the chat. I'll keep an eye on that, and I'll try tailor the webinar to our audience today. Okay, should also do a job of just keeping an eye on the time. I have a tendency to go down rabbit holes, especially when I get excited, and talking about InfoDocs, talking about product is usually where I get quite excited. Very cool. Thanks, Adeline. Good to meet you. Vincent Lubska and Associates, Chartered Secretary, my favorite type of customer. There we go. Nice. Professional accounts. Okay, cool. Okay, and often we're joined by quite a few of our existing customers. So if any of our existing customers are here today, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to pop a message in the chat. Often we have existing customers who join us for these webinars just for a refresher. Nice, Franz. Ex-director, now retired. What are you doing working on a Friday? So often we're joined by existing customer of ours who would just like a refresher or who'd like to hear us, talk to a specific topic like delegation. And we're very good at just keeping them up to speed on all of our developments. Perhaps to kill a couple more minutes while we wait for people to join, just to give you an idea of where we are. InfoDocs is a slightly early stage startup. I used to say early stage startup. We're about 3 years into our mission, which is to give every business owner access to their company records. How we go about that, though, is where you come in. Our strategy for giving business owners access to their company records is first and foremost to build the best tool for creating and maintaining, i.e. managing company records. So that is why InfoDocs is seen as the easiest way to manage company records. It's because the first thing that we're trying to accomplish is to build the best solution for managing company records. Once we have built the best solution, we want to build all sorts of time-saving tools that are going to allow you to include the client in the process in order to make the work easier for yourself. So I'm talking about things like collecting information from clients. I'm talking about collecting signatures. We all know how painful that can be, especially given some of the CIPC deadlines. So we are working towards those types of time-saving features. Yeah, and I mentioned that just to highlight that InfoDocs is very much a work in progress. We have come a long way, and I'm going to demonstrate that today. You're going to see all sorts of really nice time-saving features, standardized workflows and processes that really produce great documents at the end of the day, company secretarial documents. So we're going to see lots of resolutions, share certificates, registers, etc. All of that you'll see is part of the offering as it stands. But where we are going is an end-to-end solution that helps you conduct the whole company secretarial transaction in as little time as possible, with as little manual input as possible. And only once we have done that will we achieve this mission of giving every business owner access to their company records. Okay, so I think I've killed enough time for any latecomers. Welcome, anyone who's joined us. I'm going to start by just sharing my screen. And like I said to those at the beginning, I would love to engage with you during the webinar. So any questions you have, anything you would like me to highlight, I'm very happy to answer questions as I go along, or to dig deeper into something that I may be glossing over. Okay, so that said, let's get some confirmation. Can you see my screen? We are looking at the InfoDocs homepage, the website. For those of you who haven't had a chance, if you do want to, watch a very short intro video, InfoDocs in a nutshell, as you might say, please feel free to head over to our website and watch this video. It is our 1-minute intro video, and it really sums up quite nicely what InfoDocs has to offer, both to you as a practitioner or to your firm if you are a professional accountant with staff who are needing to, who you're needing to delegate these company secretarial services to. Okay, that said, I'm going to dive right in. Let me know if you are unable to see my screen. But what I'm going to do over here is just log in and put in my login details. From here, we're going to arrive on the portfolio page. This is the first page you see whenever you log into InfoDocs. And as you can see, it's a snapshot of all of the companies that we manage. This is registered verifiable information that we have imported from CIPC. I'll show you that transaction in a second. And what we are able to do here is just see the company name, reg number, financial year end, and very importantly, when the next annual return is due. From here, we can also pull a company's registers or remove them from our portfolio if we are no longer managing their records. One of the things that we can also do here is just filter by the next annual return due. Don't judge me. These are demo companies that we've added over the years that have their annual returns overdue. All of the InfoDocs companies and associates are obviously up to date. So it's just a helpful way to make sure that the companies you're responsible for are all compliant and have their annual returns due. If you are a company secretary logging into InfoDocs each day or each week, to make sure that everyone is compliant. You can simply filter by that next annual return due to make sure that anyone who has their annual return either outstanding or upcoming shortly, that'll get highlighted for you there. That means that you'll always stay on top of your annual returns.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.